What's up, pretty people? Today we're gonna be doing all the Radiohead albums, or sorry, the Radiohead songs. So let's just get started. No dilly dally. Okay, first up, Untitled. Not much of anything. So I'm gonna put this one in the. I'm not gonna rank this one. Next up, Kid A. This is a pretty funny song, and they put it at the end of Sopranos, a Sopranos episode. It just doesn't fit at all, and it's hilarious. But other than that, I like the weird vocal effect Tom York has, and I like the instrumentation. What more is there to say? C tier. There's better Radiohead songs. National Anthem. This is actually one of my favorites. It's just ridiculous, fun music. The sax solo is over the top in the best way. And yeah, A tier for the national anthem. Tree Fingers. Uh, gonna not rank this one either. How to Disappear Completely. So this is a pretty a bit of a classic Radiohead song with uh, very emotional lyrics, but also I personally think it's boring. And you know what? Maybe I'll get some slack for it, but this is a B tier. And I mean, all of these are amazing. So still good. Okay, Optimistic. Ooh, ooh, one of my favorites. The beat is spectacular. The lyrics are sexy, and that little outro section uh, just gets me every time. Gets me feeling nice. That's gonna be an A tier next to the national anthem. In Lambo, ooh, even better. I love the guitar riff. I love the strange reverse audio effects. I love the lyrics. I love how bored Tom sounds. It's gonna be an A tier. Ooh, Idiotech, the best, the best drums, the best drum loop, the uh, the the sexiest synth. It sounds a little bit spooky too. Spooky vibes for this one. So I'm gonna put it at S tier. Where else would it go? Morning Bell. Now I actually like this version a little bit better than the Amnesiac one. And I think the Release Me part is absolutely beautiful. But in comparison to the rest of the songs on this pretty cool album, I don't think it's as good. So I'm gonna put it there in the C tier. Great song. Motion picture soundtrack. This is actually my favorite on the album because it sounds very sad. It makes me very sad. Um, and I think You're Crazy Maybe is very quotable. hmm So that's gonna be S tier with Idiotech. Ooh, this one. What a classic. This is what hooked me into Radiohead, this song. And it's just so weird, so unique, sucks you right in. Uh, what can you say? The instrumentation is so, so ambient. Hmm. Okay. I want none of this. I haven't heard it. Haven't heard. Bloom Jamie XX remix. Haven't heard. Haven't heard this. Haven't heard this. I haven't heard this. I'm a fake fan. I'm a fake fan. Fake fan, fake fan, fake fan, fake fan, fake fan. There you go. Okay. Lucky. I think this is a really nice song. It's about an airplane crash, and I always forget what it sounds like, but then I listen to it again, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. But since it's not as memorable as some of the others, I'm gonna put it in the B. It's again in the B. The Tourist. I feel like this is the weakest on OK Computer. Nothing bad per se, but it's just not as interesting. It doesn't feel as unique. But it's a nice closer. It's definitely fits the rest of the album. So I'm gonna put it in the high C. Paranoid Android. What can you say except that? You know. What is that? What does that stand for? Oh, I'm a fake fan. Oh Lord. Stupid. Stupid track. Hate it. No. Okay, I'm just gonna look at the track list. Bear with me. OK Computer. Subterranean Homesick Alien. That's what that is. Uh, I think it's a nice song. It's kind of with the tourist for me. It sounds a little bit more unique, and I have a little bit more energy for it because it's earlier on the album, but I don't think it's a standout in particular, but it's a lovely track. I'm going to put it bottom of B tier. Again, all of these are very, very nice. Exit music for a film. This was used very well in Black Mirror, and it has the best B section out of any song. It just really gets your blood pumping. The synth, whatever that is, the synth bass, I think it is. It's very gritty. It's very, very satisfying. It's eargasmic, as they would say. So that's going to be an S tier. This is just going to be filled to the brim. Okay, Let Down, kind of underrated. No, Let Down is going to be, I don't know, it's nice. I like the little dings, and the dongs. Uh, and it's very sad. And if a song's sad, that means it's automatically good. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Karma Police, classic. What can you say? Uh, yeah. Tom York used it in a very cringe way in his last show after somebody yelled at him about Palestine. Uh, so just for that, it's gonna get a D tier. Just kidding. No, I'm gonna put it in A tier. It's just one of those songs that I've heard so many times that it's just like white noise to me, but it's fantastic. Bitter Happier, more productive. I'm gonna not rank that one. Climbing Up the Walls. Oh, I missed Electioneering. This is another one that's kind of at the bottom of the OK Computer list, but that doesn't mean it's bad by any means. It's actually very good. It's the most energetic song on that album. It's a nice change of pace from what came before, and I'm gonna put it at a low B tier. That's pretty good. Maybe above Subterranean. Climbing Up the Walls. I like this song because it sounds like the regular show intro. Um, so I'm gonna put it in the A tier. And the lyrics are real spooky. Tom's really creeps me out. I don't want to be near him. No surprises. It's one of the most beautiful songs ever. It instantly puts me in the worst mood ever, and it's very relatable to the working class, to the blue collar. So I'm gonna put it at the top of the S tier, higher than Idiotech even. No, Idiotech's higher. Sorry. Ooh, Airbag. You know what? What an opener. What a riff. Phil Selway on the drums, kicking it back. One of my favorite beats he plays. I don't know. I like the song conceptually. It works as an intro. Airbag is A tier. Not better than Letdown. Maybe high B tier. That feels right. Because it's a great song, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't hit you here as much as Letdown, you know? The best Radiohead songs will hit you in the feels, in my opinion. Life in a Glass House. Ooh, I love the lyrics. I love the metaphor. He doesn't like being famous so much. Mm. And the jazzy moments are very, very nice. I think Radiohead does it very well, and it's an excellent closer. And it just fits the vibe of the album so well. Uh, High A tier for me. Probably one of my favorite songs off Amnesiac. Pyramid Song. What can you say about this? It's just hauntingly beautiful. Um, the strings, the piano, the time signature, the drums. Phil Selway again, slamming it back. What a good song. Uh, mm, just probably the highest, probably number one so far. Pull Park Revolving Doors. Now this is in the same style as Kid A, the track Kid A, and but worse. Uh, he's talking about doors, about the different types of doors, and it's a little bit silly sounding. It's not creepy like they intended. It's just kind of goofy. So that's going to be a D tier. Uh-oh. Still good though, you know. You and Whose Army. I really like the vintage synth sound. It sounds like he's coming from a mono 1940s speaker or something. It's pretty cool, pretty vintage sounding. Um, it's not sensational. It doesn't punch you in the chest or anything, but it's nice. and it's going to go in the B tier. I like how it kicks in. It has the similar thing to Exit Music, sort of, where they pop in with a really cool musical element halfway through the song. In this case, it's the kind of old-timey piano. But yeah, I like it. It's effective. I might be wrong. I think this is one of the best songs on the album. It's just them at their most fun. It's just such a fun, catchy song. The riff is classic, and I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just very, very unique and sexy. So that's going to be a S tier, another S tier for me. Knives Out. You know, I used to not be big on this song, but the more I listen to it, I think the more it's starting to click. The riff is fantastic. Um, I haven't heard it in a long time, to be fair. Pairs very well with the music video if you've seen it. And it just kind of makes me think of blood for some reason. I don't know why. Goopy blood. So that's going to be top of A tier. Right here. Capiche? Capiche. Morning Bell. So this is my less favorite version of Morning Bell. I prefer the kind of electronic feel of the other one. This one feels more acoustic. It feels spookier, feels bloodier, murkier. But it's not noticeably worse. So I'm going to put it, where did I put Morning Bell? I'm going to put it next to Morning Bell. And I'm actually going to move this one to B because it is really good. So those go in B. Dollars and Cents. This is kind of like a continuation on Knives Out. It kind of has a similar riff. It's not so memorable. It's definitely one of the songs that I don't really come back to. I'd say it's one of the weaker songs from them, arguably. C. Don't really have much to say about anything. Hunting Bears. Not going to rate that one. It's nice though. Like Spinning Plates. Ooh. This is a weird sounding song. They use reversing audio a lot, and it's an experiment that paid off, I think. Just a lovely penultimate song, and I'm going to put it right next to the song that comes after, like that. Yeah. PLS ICTB. What is that? Fuck, I'm going to have to look this up again. I'm bad with acronyms. Amnesiac. Oh, packed like, how could I not know? Packed like sardines. I like the drum loop. It's very, very, pumps your blood. I like the lyrics after years of waiting. It was only 1 year after Kid A, though. So, what are they talking about? But yeah, it sets the tone for the album pretty well. The kind of more acoustic, reverby. I don't know how to describe that album. It just makes me think of blood for some reason, like the taste of iron, if that makes any sense. So, I'll admit, I've not heard Pablo Honey. I just have not gotten around to it, and I feel bad. So, be nice. I feel very bad. Sulk. I think this song's a little bit silly. The riff is kind of cheesy. It doesn't feel like they really found their sound yet, at least in this song. It's a little too 90s for me. It's not bad though, so I'm gonna put it in C. Street Spirit, classic, A tier. What's next? Benz, Baby's Got the Benz, Oh No. I like the song fine. I like the riff. It's fun. It's fun. I had fun. B tier. High and Dry. I always like the lyrics of this song. Of course, the guitar chords are very, very nice, very cute. And B tier. I don't know. I'm already losing steam. Fake Plastic Trees. Another song that I've heard so many times that just sounds like mush, but it's amazing. The part where he's like, I used to do surgery is my favorite part. So it's gonna go in A tier. Above Street Spirit, actually. Bones. I forget what this one sounds like. I'm gonna play it real quick. I don't listen to the Bends that much, to be honest with you. Playing on iPhone. No, play it on here. Thanks. I have no memory of this song. Oh no, I do like it. I like the whoop, 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 whoop. So it's gonna go in B tier. Why not? Fuck it. Nice Dream. Yeah, nice, nice song. Just okay. I think this is definitely my favorite on the bends, and it's just so satisfying, so rockin', and if you know someone who doesn't like Radiohead because they think they're boring, show them this song because it's anything but boring. It has one of my favorite guitar solos out of any song, and just he's so sassy. Tom is so sassy in this song, and I just can't get enough. So that's gonna go number 2, next to Pyramid Song. Deal with it. My Iron Lung, another one of my favorites from this album. Suck your teenage thumb is a funny line, haha. And what can I say? The riff is very moody. It's a very moody song. Um, I don't know. Just good vibe. Uh, Another S tier. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of S tier though, 'cause I don't know if it's better than I might be wrong. Just gonna say that. Next up, Bulletproof. I wish I was B tier. Not much to say. Black Star B tier. A lot of these songs in the middle of the bends kind of blend together for me. Middle, ends, whatever. Just because I haven't heard the album that much. It's not. I like '90s rock, but it's a little too '90s, not as unique as their other stuff, in my opinion. But it's solid, solid as a rock. Planetalics. This is a cool sounding song, actually. It's very weird. I associate it with John Gameshi though, so I'm gonna have to bump it down to B tier, high B tier. I'm actually gonna move these songs that I don't remember to haven't heard because it's not fair of me to rate them. I'm such a fake fan. I suck. I suck ass. Okay, Down is the New Up. I was very into this song. It just scratches an itch for me. It's very satisfying, very sassy. B tier, sure. Um, Bangers and Mash, probably one of the most just like easy to listen to, non-depressing Radiohead songs, and it's got a really good groove to it, and I can just put it on anytime, and it won't make me sad. So I'm gonna put it in B. Fish. Okay, here we are. I'm going to In Rainbows. Body Snatchers. Ooh, my favorite part about this song is definitely the bridge. It really switches up the kind of rockin' feel of it. It's very pretty. I'm gonna put it in A tier because as good as In Rainbows is, I think A tier is probably like the lowest it's gonna get. Body Snatchers is probably my least favorite song on In Rainbows, but it still gets an A tier. What's next? Nude. I don't know. This song's so unique, so sad. Tom's, I think, his best vocal performance. The drum beat, boom, simple, very effective. Um, what can I say? S tier. S tier for Nude. Next up is Weird Fish's Arpeggi. This used to be my favorite on the album, but then I listened to it so much that it turned to mush again. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it's like some of my favorite guitar layering I've ever heard. And just dynamically, it's just so satisfying. It feels so perfect. I'm gonna put this number 5 next to No Surprises. Capiche? All I Need. Ooh. I think this is my favorite sulk song, my favorite uh, mogging song, my favorite frowning song to be sad to. And again, the drums are super simple and effective. They work perfectly with bass line, which is the best part. Oh, the second half just explodes into this amazing, I wouldn't say it's a wall of sound, but close enough. Better than Nude, yes. Actually put that at number 5 because it's just one of my favorites. Fostarp, definitely the weakest on the album, but that's not to say it isn't good. I think it's just a little bit short and just I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just not as amazing as the other ones on the album. So I'm gonna put it in a high B tier. Reckoner, of course, this has to get an S tier. Do I like it better than Nude? No, but it's Reckoner. Some of Phil's best drumming, in my opinion. I just really like the clean guitar that they use in a lot of the songs and in Rainbows. It just works. It just works. It just works. Okay, next up, House of Cards. Uh, as far as In Rainbows songs go, like I don't think this is my favorite. I think it's a little bit long. I think it's a little bit like it doesn't fluctuate as much as I'd want it to, but it's still just really nice. Happy little song. I don't know. I'll probably put it bottom of A tier. A little bit below Body Snatchers, not by much. Jigsaw Falling Into Place. Ooh, this is my brother's favorite Radiohead song. So just out of respect for that, I'm gonna put it next to All I Need. And it's just so energetic. I think along with just if you have a friend or someone who thinks this band is boring, show them this song. It's just got so much energy to it. It's just one of the Radiohead songs that you can dance to. And for me, that's enough. You know, just tight, 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 tight. Videotape. Um, honestly, I usually skip this one because House of Cards kind of leaves the album on a happy note for me, and In Rainbows I see as a very like comforting, kind of relaxing, happy album. And Videotape is very, very depressing. I'm pretty sure it's about an old man who's filming a suicide tape. But the way it uses time is really interesting. I don't know. There's nothing else that I've heard that sounds quite like it. So I'm going to put it in A right there. This is just personal preference. This is not objective, believe it or not. 15 Step. This was one of the first Radiohead songs I ever heard, and it hooked me in. The drum sequencing is a mindfuck. The clean guitar sounds layer on top of each other beautifully. I love the Five Nights at Freddy's yay sound effect they use. I love a FNAF reference, you know? So that's going to go high A tier, tip top of A tier. Okay, now for the fun part. Hail to the Thief, my favorite album by them because it's so strange and it feels so uneven, but in a very satisfying way. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a bag of trail mix or something. I don't know. Punch Up at a Wedding. This song is kind of boring, um, not super unique, but it's all right. I like the kind of grand piano that they use. Kind of forgettable. Top of C. Mixomatosis. Uh, I like this song, but sometimes when I listen to it with headphones, the kind of static and the kind of kind of gives me a bit of a headache. But I really do like the. It's another one you can dance to. I'm gonna put this in B tier just because it kind of gives me a headache, but it's still good. It's still really good. Scatterbrain. This is a very pretty song about how he's a dumbass, and I can relate to that. So A tier. Wolf at the Door. I think this is probably my favorite on the album. It's just so moody. It really gives off a fairy tale vibe that the album's going for. I don't know how else to explain it. Like a dark fairy tale or a nightmare. It's about his nightmare, so it works. And it's just the groove is very satisfying. I don't know. I love his vocal delivery. I think this is All I Need's better, but this is number 6. Let's actually put All I Need here And yeah, that looks good for top 5. Okay, the gloaming. Oh, this is the remix. I have not heard this one, so I'm gonna put it in haven't heard. Sit down, stand up. This song is kind of funny because it starts off very chill, and then he says in raindrops about 70 times, which is fine, but it has this like really they couldn't have picked a goofier sounding like drum pad to use. Like I don't know, it just sounds goofy. What else can I say? The second half sounds goofy, but it's still fun. Like if you listen to it, you'll know what I mean. Like, but it still works. I still like it. B tier. Sail to the Moon. This is a beautiful song. I think it's my favorite piano piano playing on any Radiohead song. It's just very relaxing. I could just listen to the piano on its own. Honestly, I'm gonna put this at top of A tier. Lovely song. Backdrifts. Um, I really like the weird reverse synth that they use. The weird bleep bloops, reverse bleep bloop sounds. Um, I don't know. I like when he goes ah ah ah. It's good. So S tier for Backdrifts. Go to Sleep. This is Tom York if he was a countryman with a Texan twang to his voice. It feels very folky, uh, and I think it works. I think he does it well. Uh, A tier for Go to Sleep. Can you tell I'm running out of things to say? Where I end and you begin. Okay, I got this mixed up with Backdrifts. So Backdrifts is going down to A tier. Where I end and you begin. Another one of just top tier Phil Selway drum moments. Um, the bass line, ooh, just the rhythm section of this song is so together and so funky, and I want to dance. And the weird synth songs kind of remind me of like Kirby for some reason. Like, I don't know. I think this is S tier. I think this is probably one of their best songs. Okay, We Suck Young Blood. I used to think this was terrible, but then I listened to it again. I used to skip it every time. Uh, and remember what I said about Amnesiac reminding me of Blood? This song really reminds me of Blood because it has the word blood in the title. Um, but yeah, it's about how they will eat children, probably about the government or something. Who knows? And you know how Tom is. Cuckoo. Um, We Suck Young Blood. I like the backing vocals; they're very haunting. I like the weird, slow, awkward clap. Um, but it is silly, and it's not that re-listenable. So I'm gonna put it at the top of the C tier. Better than Punch Up at a Wedding. The Gloaming. How does this fucking song go? No, that's Mixomatosis. This one's like. This is another one that kind of the static gives me a bit of a headache, and it's just not as danceable or fun as Mixomatosis. Um, it's one that I skip. It stresses me out. What can I say? I'm gonna put this in C tier, high C tier. It's not bad, and I'm actually gonna move Tourist up to B tier. Um, there. Whew. Whew. Phil Selway drum moment. He was inspired by Can for this one. Can do. And he goes boom geckoom. The guitar riff is just so makes me feel like I'm walking through a dark forest at night. One of my favorites. One of the songs by them that I go back to the most. So I'm gonna put this at number 5. Sorry, no surprises. You're out of the top 5. Fuck you. Okay. I will. I think this is another one of my brother's favorite Radiohead songs, and I think that's pretty stupid because this song is not that exciting. It's not that interesting. It's like nice. It's like a nice resting point for the album. It fits well with the rest of the album, but I just think the vocals are a bit awkward, And when Tom York says little babies, it makes me uncomfortable. So C tier. Probably low C tier. 2 plus 2 equals 5. Another rockin' one. Another one that really kicks in the back half. I don't know. Just goes hard. It goes harder than most other Radiohead songs. For that, it's going to be top of A. Yeah, top of A. There you go. In Limbo is going to top A. Optimistic's going up here. Climbing Up the Walls, because it sounds like Regular Show, is going here. Yeah, nice. Solid stuff. I'm going to skip the King of Limbs remix. I'm going to skip the Comlag EP. I'm going to skip the King of Limbs singles. So I'm not familiar with them. Morning, Mr. Magpie. I think that this song is another really goofy sounding song, like the way that the guitar stumbles over itself, like it just reminds me of Tom York's dancing in the Lotus Flower music videos, like that kind of thing. And the lyrics are just absolute nonsense, and the vocal melody itself, it eh, just eh. That's all I can say about it. It's just eh. Little by little. I actually really like this song, particularly because of there's this one sound in there that reminds me of a cowboy boot being spun for some reason, like this pop, 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 like the way the guitar kind of goes. It's very tactile and satisfying sounding, and I like the percussion. Yeah, I I think the problem with Morning Mr. Magpie in this song is that he's trying to be creepy. Little by little. But I think this song does it better, and it's just very like it has really good texture. The song has really good texture, so I'm gonna put it in middle of B tier. Yeah, why not? Feral. Um, I really like the strange vocal effect that he has, where you can't really tell what he's saying. I think it really encapsulates the vibe of the album cover surprisingly well. And I think it's a nice little, I wouldn't really call it an interlude, but I think it's certainly nice. Sorry, I'm distracted by this ad in the corner. I don't know what's going on. Feral is not an A tier, absolutely not. Is it a B tier? Yes, because I do think it's good. Feral is good. Lotus Flower. This is another one that I go back to a lot. Another great Phil Selway drum beat. I really like the way that the synths kind of glitch around at the beginning. It has a real spooky vibe. That's what I like about this album. It's spooky. Um, and I don't know. The chorus is beautiful. Music video is hilarious. I'd put it in S tier. I'd put this one in S tier. I don't know. I'd put it, and I put My Art Unlung in A tier. I don't know. Codex. This song is very beautiful. I heard it described once in a comment section that it kind of sounds like someone's dipping their finger in water to play each of the notes, and I think that's a very good description. It feels very watery. It feels very reverby. It feels very. The texture is super satisfying to this song. It's super moody, and just hauntingly beautiful. I hate myself. Let's put this in S tier as well, next to its daddy, Lotus Flower. Give Up the Ghost. Ooh, this is another really beautiful song. Tom's harmonies work very well. I love his vocals. I love how it kind of separates itself from the rest of the album because it's not as like sample heavy. It's just guitar, vocals, beautiful song. Maybe here below Regular Show. Separator. Separator. Another one I go back to a lot. The drum loop, super satisfying. It's just good. It's just good. Whatever. Shut up. It's just good. A tier. Higher than Give Up the Ghost. Whatever. Okay. Bloom. This song is really cool and it's very unique sounding, and I like the lyrics, and it feels transcendent. It's gonna go bottom of S tier. I think it's a really good introduction to the album. I think they use samples in a very, very, very cool way. It's just cool. It's a hot track. I'd recommend it. Okay. True Love Waits. God, this song is fucking sad. It's so fucking sad. Oh my god. Oh, it makes me want to die, but in the best way. I go back to this song when I'm in that kind of mood, uh, and it helps. So it's gonna go in the S tier. Because if you make me cry, you're going in the S tier. Daydreaming. I like this song and all. I think the piano playing is really nice. I really like how it kind of builds up, kind of creates a wall of sound with the synths and the strings, but I think it's a little bit long, a little bit slow for me. I have goldfish brain, so I'm gonna put it in B tier, unfortunately. Sorry. Dex Dark. Um, I really like the piano. I think it's satisfying, and I like the lyrics about a big alien spaceship. It's very laid back. I don't know. Next to Daydreaming and B tier, why not? And Desert Island Disc. I think this is another kind of like, it's not really a skip, but it's not one that I go back to in Moonshaped Pool. I think it's just kind of boring. It's a little too laid back for me. Another song that I don't like simply because I have no attention span. But yeah, low B tier. It's all right. Full Stop. Now this is a banger. I really like the way it kind of like sounds like it's coming. It's like a truck pulling in with a speaker playing the song at the beginning. Kind of drags in. I really like how kind of, I don't know, how reserved it is. It's just a good jam. Another one that I could dance to, honestly. Probably one of my favorites on here. A tier, middle of A tier. Glass Eyes. This song is beautiful. God, I love this song. God, the pianos hit you right here. The lyrics. He goes on the subway, and nobody uh, is making any expression, and it's very depressing. And I think we can all relate to that on using public transit. Um, I'll put this, yeah, low S tier, maybe higher than Bloom and Where I End and You Begin. Yeah, works for me. Identikit. This is another rockin' Radiohead song. It feels a little bit thin, whatever the fuck that means. Um, it just feels like there's something missing from it, but that doesn't mean it's not amazing. Um, fuck. Middle of A. The numbers. Hmm. I think this one's kind of boring. I like the kind of weird sporadic piano in the background, but it's another one that I don't like because I have no attention span next to Desert Island Disc. Maybe high C. Um, Tinker Tailor. I actually really like this one. It's very odd sounding. I like the keyboard. I like how weird it is. I just like how weird it is. There you go. Bottom of A. Fine. Good enough. Present tense. Ooh. Okay. I think this is up there with some of their best. I'm actually gonna move True Love Waits down a little bit. Um, it just feels so right. It just feels so well composed and well put together. I love the kind of Latin shuffle it has. I love the guitar layering. I love the lyrics. I love everything about it. Listen to it. Top five. There's better. Top six. There you go. Burn the Witch. Good introduction to the album. I think the strings are mixed in a very satisfying way. I really like the kind of low groaning bass sound in the background. Um, fits really. The music video is amazing, and I like how it kind of builds up and it kind of explodes at the end into chaos with the strings and transitions into daydreaming, which is very quiet. I'd say this is low S tier. Okay, so that's all the album's done. Um, and Coke Babies is gonna go in high S tier. So now that we're done that, let's do the albums. Uh-huh. All right. It looks like there's one already made, but let's do it again. Okay. King of Limbs. I'd put this in less perfect. I really like this album. I think the first half is a lot weaker than the second half, though. I think it doesn't feel as finished, and it sounds like Mr. Magpie and Feral to some degree are a little bit forgettable to me, um, and just don't really resonate emotionally with me too much. But it's still, I really like this album. The back half of it, from Lotus Flower to the end to Separator, is perfect. Moonshaped Pool. I used to love this album, but I think that my attention span's too low. I think it's a little bit slow. For me, it's very mature. Um, it's very sad, but I'll put it in near perfect. Why not? This one I haven't heard. Kid A, one of my favorites. I think that maybe, arguably, it's a little bit slow from the second track to the fourth track, but it really picks up and it feels a little bit segmented and not like as cohesive as some of their other albums, I think, but it's still perfect. Yay. Amnesiac, I think it has its moments where it kind of falters a little bit, like Dollars and Cents and Pull Pulk. But I still really like the atmosphere of this album. I think it's very unique. And it has Pyramid Song. Just gonna go near perfect. Okay, Computer, perfect. Nothing to say. Nothing bad to say. The Bends, I haven't heard as much, so I'd feel bad putting it below King of Limbs. I like it less than King of Limbs, but I feel like that would be unfair. Hail to the Thief, it's definitely not near perfect. We look at my tier list, there's a few songs that end up in C tier, and it's not definitely not consistent. It feels very uneven, but I think it's their most re-listenable. I don't know why. It's just something I can come back to over and over again because it's such a wacky, zany time. In Rainbows is their best. There you go. 10 perfect songs. No complaints. I love the kind of cleaner sound. Um, it just feels very profesh. And it's a happy album too, relatively. I can play it and enjoy it no matter what mood I'm in. There you have it. Top 5. All I Need, Idiotech, Just, Pyramid Song, and Coke Babies. Haha. And at the bottom, the worst one is Pull Polk Revolving Doors. I hope you can agree. If you don't, go fuck yourself.